Hi everyone, I continue on the lesson. This lesson is review 7 percentage, and good news is the lesson doesn't have anything new for you because percentage is like fraction. The only difference that I have to mention here is in fraction you have part over total, and the total can be any number, so you can divide by 8 parts or 9 parts or 10 parts. But when you have percentage, the total number is always divided by or always considered 100 parts. So for example, I say 30% means 30 over 100. I have one item and I divide it by 100 parts. Of course, if I have one pizza, I don't divide it by 100 parts because it doesn't make any sense and it's not really feasible. But I mean, we consider as 100 parts. Okay? So percentage is a specific fraction that is part over total. Yes, I know, but the total is 100 parts. Okay, so now I want to just start with examples because, as I said, the lesson doesn't have anything new for you. So here the question is change percentage expressed as a decimal number and as a ratio and as a fraction. Okay, so I can write as a fraction and I can write as ratio and I can write as decimal. Okay, so when you see percent sign, it means 82 divided by 100, 82 over 100. Then simplify it. You can say 41 over 50. That's the answer. How about ratio? For ratio, you can say 41 colon 50. And how about decimal? So you use your calculator and you get 0.82. How about the next? The next you have 5.75 divided by 100, right? Which is yes, it's 575 divided by 10,000, and I can simplify 575 divided by 5. So again divided by 5. Yes, so it's 23 divided by 400. Okay, and how about ratio? For ratio, I do 23 colon 400. Okay, and how about decimal? So for decimal, I use my calculator and I really divide by 100. Done. That's the answer. How about the next one? The next one is 125 over 100, which is 5 over 4, which is this. Okay, and which is 5 over 4, 1.25. And it makes sense because this is more than 100%. So of course this one is more than 1. Okay, so now I continue. So for each percentage number that you see, I want you to go to fraction, I want you to go to decimal and ratio. If we were in class, I stop here and I want you to do it and then I do it. But here you can stop the video, do it, and then check. Maybe you find out I made a mistake and tell me, but I have to do it. So 25 over 100, which is 1 over 4. Make sure to simplify it. So 1 to 4 and 0.25. I use my calculator, for example. Here I don't need because I know it's 0.25. How about this one? 175 over 100, which is 7 over 4, which is this, and that's 1.75. This is 3.5 over 100, which is 35 over 1000, which is 7 over 200. So maybe I have to write it smaller. So it's 35 over 1000 and it's 7 over 200, and this is 7 to 200. And this is this answer. How about next? 0.4 over 100, which is 4 over 1000, which is 1 over 250, which is 1 colon 250, 1 to 250 as a ratio, and which is 0.004. Okay, 11 over 2%, which is 11 over 200, right? Which is so done. I cannot simplify, so it's 11 to 200. And if you want to change it to this, you do this. So you have to do so let me see, 11 divided by 200. Yes, that's the answer. 10%, 10 over 100, which is 1 over 10, which is 1 to 10, and that's 0.1. Okay, or that. Okay, so here 0.1 over 100, which is 1 over 1000, that's 1 to 1000, and that's 0.001. Oops. Okay, so here rewrite a statement using percent notation. So out of 10 voters in a province, 8 are registered as independent. So it says rewrite a statement using percentage notation. So yes, I know the answer is out of 10, 8. Excuse me, I want to see how many percentage that. Okay? So 8 over 10, 8 over 10, which is like, you multiply top and bottom with 10, because you need to see everything just based denominator as 10. So you multiply top and bottom, always multiply top and bottom, so it's 80%. So you are showing it as percentage. Or you can do as by proportion. You can say 8 over 10 is how many over 100 by proportion. And then the answer is the same for x. Okay? So here, write as simplified fraction. Okay, so 48 over 100, which is 12 over 25. 29 over 100. Yes, I cannot simplify. Write as decimal. 41 divided by 100, so it's 0.41. This is 0.08. How about this? Convert the following percent to a decimal and a simplified fraction. Okay, so 28 over 100, which is 7 over 25, and I use my calculator to show 28% is 28 over 100, which is 0.28. I can show it. In order to go to fraction, I write it over 100 and I simplify. In order to go to ratio, after I simplify fraction, I write it as a ratio. In order to go to decimal, I write over 100 and just use my calculator. Done. How about this one? Rewrite the percent as a mixed number. So, what's that? Here is 333 times 3 plus 1. So 333 times 3 plus 1 divided by this percent equal. I do a step by step. So it's 999 plus 1 over 3%, which is 1000 over 3%, which is 1000 over 300, which is 10 over 3, which is 1 over 3. Okay, that's that. So rewrite the percent in a decimal form and as a fraction. See, here I just really didn't teach you because the lesson is just repetition of fractions. So we are just working on them. So this one, right? Okay, so and fraction. So 28.5 over 100, which is 285 over 1000. I multiply top and bottom with 10 because I want to remove decimal. Okay. Yes. So can I simplify? So do 85 divided by 5. Okay, so it is 57 over 20. 57, sorry, 57 over 200. Yeah, is that. And how about the other one? Okay, so 285 divided by 1000 is 0.285. Okay, so how about this one? This is 5 times 3 plus 1 over 3%, which is 15 plus 1 over 3%, which is 16 over 3%, which is 16 over 300. Remember, when percent divide by 100. So it is 4 over 75. How about in terms of decimal? So 16 over 300. So this number is 0.05, 3 forever. Okay, so 3 forever, 3 is repeating. Now it says convert decimal to percent. I don't really recommend that you memorize these steps. Yes, you can see them, you can follow them, but try to learn. If you learn, you don't need to see these steps. Do it mathematically. Decimal to percent. So it move decimal to that, so do this, do that. So I like to do it mathematically. Move decimal two places to right, place the percent symbol, just percentage. So you want to change decimal to percent. So it says you move decimal two places to right and then add the percentage sign. Okay. So I don't do them this way. So I do this way. 56 divided by 100 is how many over 100? 56%. Done. 30 over 1000 is how many over 100? X is 3%. 1, 2, 3 over 100 is how many over 100? Okay, so X is 1, 2, 3%. The last one, 0.0098 is 98 over 10,000, which is how many over 100? X is 0.98%. Okay? So I do it mathematically. I do it by proportion. Okay? So in this case, you are showing me your steps because you have to show your steps. But here they say move decimal two places to right and then add a percentage. So means you add this one to right, you add this one to right, so you add this one to right, two to right, so you add this one two to right and then add a percentage. Yes, but I want to see why, so I did it mathematically. Convert fraction to percent. So convert to decimal equivalent using proportion. Okay. So you have a fraction and you want to see uh, how to show it as a percentage. Okay, so what I did in the last part, it can be used also here. Okay, it says convert decimal equivalent using proportion, and then the unknown the unknown value will be so numerator, will be the numerator over a denominator of 100. Okay, so as I said, I don't memorize these steps. I don't recommend you memorize them. So you can try to learn, and you can make your own steps. Okay, so look at this. I want to convert fraction to decimal, sorry, to percent. Okay, so 2/5 is how many over 100? This is the meaning. This is the meaning of this part. The unknown value will be numerator. This is the unknown value will be numerator. Oops. The unknown value is numerator and the denominator is 100. Solve for unknown. And this will be the answer for percentage. Make sure to add this symbol because you are changing to percent. So here x is 40%. Okay. 11, so 2 times 4 plus 3/4, which is 11/4. 11/4, how many over 100? So, which is 275%. 275%. It makes sense. Makes sense because I already have 2 complete pizza, and from the third pizza I have 3/4. So which is 75%. So to complete is 200% when I have complete. Look at this. This is complete. That's why I have 200. That's why I have more than 100. When I have mixed fraction, I have more than 100. Okay? See, what I'm doing here is also used in the first place because I don't want you to memorize the steps. If you don't learn, when you forget the steps, you ask, I don't remember, do I have to go right or left? 2 or 1? But if you know what to do with proportion, if you know what to do mathematically, you don't forget. How about this one? 5/9, how many over 100? Which is 5.5% forever. 5 is repeating. So, solving percent proportion. We have 3 types. Either part is missing, or total is missing, or percentage is missing. What do I mean? Read the question. What is 28% of 951? I have the percentage, I have total, I just don't have part. How do I know I have total? The number after of is total. The number beside percent is just the percentage, and 100 is always under percentage. That's easy. And this one is x, which is part. It says what is this many, that. Okay, so that's what is. Okay, so we can find the answer. Okay, so the answer here is 266.28. Okay, so how about this one? What is 50% of 30? So 50%, oops, I don't know what happened. Okay, so 50% of 30. Okay, 50 up, 100 down. That's for the first one. For the second one, the one after off is total. So the one after off is beside just with 100 in the denominator, because 100 is also total. Okay, so you need to know you need to write a proportion. For proportion, you need two ratios. Ratio 1 gives you the percentage, and then you write the percentage over 100. Ratio 2 is part over total, and total is always in the denominator. I know you can just change, but it doesn't make any sense. So we always write 50 over 100. We don't write 100 over 50. Okay? So X is, can you answer without even doing it? What is 50%? 50% means half. So X is 15 then. Oops. 25%. How many over 40? Because it says off. So 25%, 25 over 100. This is my one ratio. I need a proportion. I need two ratios. That's my one ratio. The second ratio is part over total. The one after off is total. Okay, so X is 10. Because 25% is divided by 4, so divided by 4 for 40 is 10. I even don't need to do the calculation. Okay, 2.5 over 100, watt over 120. I have the percent, I have over 100 because of this. Off means total. And I always, when I work with percentage, I have the percentage top and 100 down. So X is 3%. Oh, sorry, just 3. Sorry, 3 is the answer. 3 is 2.5% of 120. How about this one? So 6.6 over 100. How many over 45? Off. So find the answer. Okay. So the answer is, let me see. The answer is 6.6 times 45 divided by 100. Okay. So X is 29.97 is the answer. So maybe here, okay, here I like to change this one to this one, and then this one to this one, and then you can use many 6. So you can say 6.6, that's forever, and then multiply by 45 divided by 100. Yes, the answer is 30. So this one is 30 then. Here I don't want to deal with rounding and those things, so I can keep it this way. Okay. Yeah. How about this one here? So 51 over 5, 51.5 over 100, watt over 126. Okay, the answer is $64.89. How about this one? 83.5% over 100. How many over $565? Remember, after off is total. Total and 100, both of them are in the denominator. The other one, part is X, and percent goes top of the 100. So it's the answer is 4. Yeah, 471. Okay, Okay, so let me just do it. Yeah, 471.775. So here, based on, because I see three significant digits here, so we will talk about this in future, but I can just say, for example, here I do 47, for example, 2, or even I don't talk about rounding here, because we can continue, we can round and see everything in future. Okay, how about this one? You have this type and you have this type, and you have word problem, just one, and then done. Okay, so 345 is 124% of what number? Here total is missing. Remember, after of is total. So 20% is 80 over what? And then you can find the answer. Okay, or here you can find x. So there x is 34500 divided by 124, which is 278.2258. So here 278.2258.065. Okay, so we talk about rounding later, so we just keep it this way. So here x is 8,000 divided by 20, which is 400. Okay, how about here? 9 over 100, 72 over what? Because it says 9% of a number. Okay, so it is 7200 divided by 9. X is 800. 6%. 6% of a number is 5.4. I can write it even what, so as I hear, as I read. 6 over percent is one side. I need proportion, I need two ratios. One ratio is 6 over 100, easy. The one that I see with percent. And the other side, 5.4 over of. After of, number after of is total. So x is okay, 90. So yeah, 5 is what percent of 250? So this is the third type. Here I am looking for percent. See, I have three types. This one I am looking for parts. So I have after of, which is total. I have percent. Of course, I know 100, so I can find part. Here I am finding total. I have percent, I have 100, I have part. I want to find that. Here I am looking for percent. 5 is what percent of 250? So the number after of is in the denominator, so x is here. Okay, so I think it's 500 divided by this. That's 2%. Oops. Yeah, 2%. How about here? What percent of 75? What percent of 75 is 45? See, I write it as I read. That's 60%. 21 is what percent of 24? Oops. So, yes. So 87.5%. Okay. So how do I find the answer? So it is x, so 24x equal 2100. So then x is 2100 divided by 24. So here is 75x equal 4500. So x is 4500 divided by 75. How about here? So I have 500 equal to 50x, and x is 500 divided by 250, which is 2%. Okay, so how about here? So here is 6x equal 540, and x is, oops, okay, so 540 divided by 6, which is 90, right? Yes, 90. So again here I have to show my work. So 9x equals 7200. So x is 7 to this divided by 9, which is 800. Yeah. Okay, make sure to show your work. So here you have to do 20x with 8000, and then x is 8000 divided by 20, which is 400. Okay, and this one as well. So it is 124x equal 34500. X is 34500 divided by 124. I just wanted to just don't make it so busy here with so many calculation. But right now that I was close to finish the lesson, I was thinking, if I do this, then you don't really realize that you have to show your work to me, so then you don't do it. So it's 83.5 times 567 565 equal 100x, and then x is 83.5 565 divided by 100, and here is so 51.5 126 is 100x, and x is 1.5 times 126 divided by 100. So the answer is 6489. Okay, I try to show my work. Okay, so make sure to show your work. Okay, so 40 is what percent of 45? 40 is what percent of 45? X is 4000. Okay, so again 45. Okay, I didn't want to make it so much, just so busy and with so many writing, but now I notice you need to know to show me your work. So 45x is 4000, and then x is 4000 divided by 45, which is let me see. Yes, it's 88.8 forever. So yeah, that's 88.8 forever percent. That's the answer. Okay, how about here? What percent? So what percent of is this one? So 8.6x equal 5.9 multiple 100, which is 590. So x is 590 divided by 8.6, which is, yeah, which is 590 divided by 8.6, that's 68.6046, 51.16%. Okay, so later we can just discuss about the rounding. So maybe I tell you how to round, or maybe we have to decide based on the word problem question and those things. What percentage of that? So what percentage? So what percentage of this one? X over 100 of 0.8 is 0.12, which is 0.8x equal 12, and x is 12 divided by 0.8, which is 15. So 12 divided by that, which x is 15. Yeah. Okay. Remember, it's 15%. What is 15% of 210? Right now here we are doing mixed problems. Okay. 15% of. So it's 15 over 100 equal what over 210? So x is 15 times 210 divided by 100 is, yeah. Okay, so it is 15 times 210 equal 100x, and then x is 15 times 210 divided by 100, which is 31.5. Yeah. How about this one? 25% of what number is 70? So 25x cross multiplication is 7,000, and therefore x is 7,000 divided by 25, which is 280. Okay, so if even for some of them I forgot to show my work, make sure to show your work. So 20 is what percent? 20 is what percent of 43? Then you have 43x equal 2000, and then x is 2000 divided by 43, which is 46.51162,791. In math class of 45 students, which is total number, that's total. Okay, so just let me see. Okay, that's total. 8 receive an A grade. So this is part. What percent of the class did not get an A grade? Didn't get. So you can solve it two ways. Okay, I'm looking for what? I'm looking for percent. Do I have total? Yes. How many of part? 8. So I can say 8 over 45 is how many over percent? Then you say, okay, 800 is 45x, and x is 800 divided by 45, which is 17.17 0.777. That's percent. Okay, but then I say, read the question carefully. It says what percent they didn't get. Okay, so the answer is 100 minus 17.7, that's forever. Okay, you have to find the answer. So it's minus 100, so which is 82 and 2 forever percent. Okay, so you can write the sentence 82.2, or I can just put a line, 2% of the class did not get A. Done. Remember, read the question carefully. You can either do this or do this. So I'm going to show you another solution. Okay, 45 is total. 8 is parts, but I want the people who didn't get A. So means the other part. So it is the rest. 45 minus 8 here. Okay? And then I say it is x over 100. And then I can find the answer, which is, what is 45 minus 8? 37. So it's 37 over 45, x over 100, which is this equal 45x, and x is 3700 over 45, which is 82.2%, as I said. Okay, and you can include the sentence the same, so I don't repeat it here. Okay, so I go up to see if I show the solution for all of them here. Let me see here. Yes, but here. Okay, so yes, here I can also show it. So it is okay. So let me see what's going on. Yeah, so it is 100x equal this, and then x is this one divided by 100, which is 15. This one is 25 times 40 equal 100x, and x is 1000 divided by 100, which is 10. Okay, how about this one? 2.5 times 120 equal 100x. So x is 2.5 times 120 divided by 100, which is 3, is the answer. Okay, and okay, I guess this is just the last one I can show. It is 6.6 forever times 45 equal 100x, and then x is 66.6% times 45 divided by 100. Okay, which is 30. Okay, so go over the lesson and you can see really the percentage lesson doesn't have anything new because percentage is over 100. Okay, so just over 100, the total is divided by 100 parts, or we consider it as 100 parts, and then so we can do all the questions very easily. Okay, so go over the lesson and let me know if you have question. Thank you so much. Bye.